unscripted and on the fly. When it comes to predicting the series finale for Friendship is Magic, it's basically a huge gamble or a huge speculation and gamble, I should say, as to trying to figure out what direction they will go in. Because everybody, just by what they are seeing, believe it could be any direction. It could be any way. One obvious choice that everybody has looked at is the villains being the ones that will save the day. That if you want to show the ultimate karmic display of friendship, then the best way of doing that is to take the three antagonists that have proved to be real threats to Twilight and the rest of the main six and their friends, and have those threats be the ones that show and display friendship more so than anything by helping to save the day. I mean, it would be a very karmic twist for characters like Tyrek, Cozy Glow, and even Chrysalis to realize that what they've been doing by helping each other and supporting each other and doing all this stuff to try to turn the tide against Grogar so they could get the power, only to have to realize, hey, maybe our plan backfired and now we got to figure out something else to, get this guy out of our way, get this guy out of our lives as well as others individuals' lives, that they basically start realizing, while they're kind of trying to save the day and turn the tides against Grogar, that this business relationship, if you will, is actually a friendship, but they, most importantly, Chrysalis, never really wanted to admit it because of its weakness, because they feel it's weak, only to find out it's a lot stronger than they give it credit for. And the reason people predict that these three could be the one that saves the day is the fact that all the clues and hints are there. All the clues and hints are there to basically say, yeah, you're looking at your three heroes. But then again, that may not be the case. We could be seeing something else entirely. Some people have actually come out and said that they believe this is the moment. That this is the moment Spike, of all characters, will shine. And that there's a reason why this will be the moment. Because of the various, issues and situations and arcs that he's been going through over the past several seasons, including his molt that gave him his wings. So, the question is, though, why would Spike be the chosen one? Well, it's quite simple. It seems lately they have, like I said, been building him up, making him seem like he'd be the only one that Grogar would not look at as a threat to his reign, as someone that would be powerful enough to withstand, to stand up and withstand Grogar's power. And when one thinks about it, and I'm sure others have thought about it, Spike is the rightful Dragon Lord. All he did was hand the title and the power off to Ember and made her the Dragon Lord because he was happy where he's at. So could that come into play? Like maybe him being the rightful Dragon Lord will be what helps him stand up to Grogar and maybe help him defeat Grogar and perhaps even save the day. And this, to me, if this was the case, if Spike's the one that ends up saving the day, I think it's justified. I mean, one, it definitely puts to rest that he's not a kid. And two, if you're a Sparity supporter, it gives you more strength to realize, hey, Sparity's going to see a side of Spike she's never thought was really there until now. Or she's felt was there, but never thought she'd see. So we'll just have to wait and see what they do here. But the truth of the matter is, if Spike ends up being the hero that people are thinking he's going to be, I wouldn't be against it. And the fact that there's a lot that goes into favor with him being portrayed in that manner. Another instance predicting of how the ending may come and who would save the day comes at the hands and the hoofs of the students. That's right, the student six, the young six. Because it seems that ever since they were introduced in season 8 and the spirit of the Tree of Harmony, which in my opinion I still believe is Gusty, took them under her wing and became sort of like a spiritual guide to them. To me, that sets up a lot when it comes to this very group. Like, it seems they're being set up for something, but we don't know what it could be, and more than likely, it could be them defeating Grogar and saving Equestria. Because just like with Spike, as I said in the previously or before this, Grogar would not take them into account as a threat to his power. And we've already seen that with the special artifacts around them and the fact that they do represent a new take on the elements themselves, that I would not put it past the creators to say, yeah, there's a reason these students are here, here's why. So the student 6 being the ones that could save the day and thus have the torch officially passed to them to be the new element bearers and the new guardians of harmony, if you will, I would not put past the creative staff to do. Because when you think about it, it's being built. Since it's been built, or it's being built and has basically been being built since season 8. And this would basically be like finishing off that creation if this is exactly what happens. Of course, the other option is, of course, Twilight and her friends. But the thing is, the way Grogar is positioned, it seems that no matter what kind of magic they use against him, it's not going to work. And if there's any hints and indication of what would be in the future, then Grogar could be powerful enough to where he could bewitch the main 6, or bewitch even Twilight, and cause her or them to do things they normally wouldn't do. And it would be up to the friends to try to snap them out of it. And that would make for interesting storyline, especially in the finale. Like I said, especially in the finale, because, what better way to really show the growth of the main 7, the main 6, if you will, main 7, or main 8 as a whole, than to show them trying to fight off that control, or trying to fight and help the friend be freed of this control, this bewitching that Grogar has over her, if that's the direction they go in. It would be, to me, great character development, and it would bring things full circle. The other answer, of course, would be Gusty's involvement. But how does she get involved, and where and when does she get involved? That, to me, would be the ultimate question. Will she play a role? Something tells me she will, but will she play the ultimate role, the key role, in defeating Grogar? You see, that right there is another question in itself. But, with all that said, how does the series officially end? That's the big question people have. Honestly, it's a toss-up as to how the series could end. I was thinking about this before I went to lunch, and I was thinking, okay, how could they really show and display the ultimate, the ultimate truth of friendship? How could they do that to really cap things off? And my thought was what if Twilight, and I've always thought about this, what if Twilight decided she didn't want to be ruler? What if her and her friends decided that the first and only rule was to give the power to the fellow ponies? And to basically show them that this is the ultimate gift of friendship, by allowing you to do your own thing without someone governing over you and telling you what to do and how to live your lives. And in turn, you could have the other species like the dragons and the changelings and the yaks and the sea ponies, and all of them be like, yeah, this is the, be like, yeah, they would see this and be like, yeah, this is the ultimate display of friendship. Giving back to the citizens that you're supposed to rule over and say, no, I'm not going to rule over you. I'm one of you. We are equals. It does not matter. I know it might not make some sense to some, but it would be the ultimate display of friendship by saying, hey, here, you're in control of your own destinies. We're not ruling over you. You rule your own lives. You rule your own lives. You take care of yourselves and each other. To me, that could be the best way for the series to go out, because if Jim Miller is right in saying, hey, they're giving the main 7 a proper send-off, to me, this would be that proper send-off. Another way it could probably end is in a way that's very, well, it's been done already this year, but it would be intriguing from their point of view. And that is going back in time and stopping the darkness from occurring before it does, thus stopping Grogar at the source of his power, and by doing so, eliminating all darkness and evil that's come afterwards. If they were to do that, and they ended by basically having everything take place, all the other events in their lives, moments and stuff in their lives take place as they were, with the exception that there was never any darkness, never any evil, and the only ones that know about it are Twilight and her friends. To me, that could be a good ending, because, they know what's happened, but you know what? But in the end, they realize, hey, we accomplished our goal. We know this stuff has happened before in a different way, but since we destroyed the darkness that came before, that started it all, our friends here never had to live in that darkness. No one did. So that's a possibility they could end up doing. Not saying they would do it, but it's a possibility. Overall, predicting the finale for Friendship is Magic is a toss-up, because they could go with a variety of the scenarios I brought up. They could, go with the villainous trio of Cozy Glow, Crystalis, and Turek. They could go with Spike. They could go with the Student 6. They could go, obviously, with the main 7, the main 8. They could, go with the time travel deal. They could do all that. They could end the series by having Twilight and her friends, in the only display of power, say, here, our fellow ponies, you're in control of your own destinies. We're not running things, you are. And thus, by showing that display of friendship, you could have the other species, come out and their leaders be like, you know what? We like what they did. That might be something that could work. And then they do the same thing. It's a possibility. They could also do the time travel deal, where they go back in time and stop Grogar before he even gets a foothold with power, and then by doing so, basically eliminate all darkness and evil that's come before, and all the events, like I said, all the events and moments that have occurred in their lives still occur, with the only exception is there was never any darkness that they've had to deal with. They just ended up getting the gifts like the rainbow power and the elements in different kinds of ways that was similar but different, without any kind of dark influence. So it's all up in the air exactly of how they would probably do this. But to me, speculating and predicting and speculating, I should say, the ending of the series is probably the best, probably the most fun. It is somber in a sense, but it is probably the most fun anybody's going to have because we don't know what they got in store. And all we have to do is wait between August 16th and October 19th to find out exactly what's in store for us. That is the truth. That is the ultimate truth when it comes to this show. But let me know what you guys all think down below. Comment if you like. This was live. Well, this is not live, but this was unscripted and on the fly, I should say. But again, let me know what you all think down below. Comment if you like. I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts are. Which one of the scenarios do you think we'll get as far as Grogar being defeated? And what other scenario out of the ones that I talked about do you see probably happening? Let me know down below. Comment if you like. And I'll talk to y'all later.